Good morning. Welcome to Flat Earth Early Bird number 1607. I'm your host, Arwin. And before we start the show, please don't forget to share it on any platform you deem fit. And if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel and hit the bell notification so you know when I'm going live, which is normally 1 p.m. Amsterdam time in the weekdays and 2 p.m. Amsterdam time in the weekend. And please also do support me through the PayPal and the Patreon. That'll be much appreciated, and I can always use the support. Right. So, weather today is really nice. It really feels like summer today. It's still very warm, very sunny, but a bunch of clouds, but not thick ones, thin veil-like clouds. It does feel like there's more moist in the air. But also, like, the wind outside, it's just kind of nice and warm. So this is like brilliant beach weather, probably. The wind goes pretty hard, but it's like all warm. So it's just really and that daisy type of weather. Great. My plants are also enjoying it. Have to keep them stocked up on water though when it's like this. Wind and heat, you know, but I keep track of that and they're all just crushing it. All right. Also, yeah, the oregano plant is blooming. Let me show that. Look at that. Yeah, awesome. And lots of new shoots coming up too, like in both oregano plants. Awesome. Hello, Cleary, first in chat. Good to see you. It is Sunday, the 21st of May, 2023. (22°C, yep. 54% humidity. Ha! I called it. Monday's gonna be like this as well. Looks like it's gonna be overall pretty nice. Tuesday 16 and then 18, 19, 22. So yeah. Summer's like really here almost completely. Wonder how hot it's gonna get. If it's gonna be like this, that would be great. Although a little less windy would also be great. Anyway, I'm enjoying it. Hope you guys are having a great spring as well. North of the equator, that is. Conspiracy. Yeah, Cleary. Yeah, I know that I saw somebody mention that. I haven't actually checked it out. Let me get a look right now. Not entirely sure though. It is a picture or photograph, I guess. Maybe you need the text to, or you need the commentary to understand it. Oh wait, no, this is Brian's video. Hold on. This is the one I was looking for. But is that really what I'm seeing in there? I do see like this oil platform thing. Not sure about the whole sun thing. Right, because that could be clouds. Anyway, I'm glancing through it. Looks pretty good. Okay. Well, from first glance, I'm kind of like, yeah, maybe, probably not, though. I mean, this is kind of similar to the time when, is it around 2017, looking at the Isle of Man, and somebody thought they were seeing Ireland in the background. And then we went with that for a little bit, but then figured out, like, no, wait, it isn't. So, yeah. I mean, it's still effectively a black swan seeing that oil platform there. Right. Anyway. Right, so yesterday I was super agitated because of the freaking noise all the time and the way that it was. Like, because it wasn't just like boom, 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 boom in the background, right? Which would be kind of annoying, but it's like machine-like noises. But no, they didn't do that. It was like boom, 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 like that, like really irregular, super loud. When you really like, I was sitting here and it's literally vibrating me with a closed door, like fucked up shit. And then it sort of goes away a little bit into the back, but like that fucking retard at the volume switch like needs to be shot. He doesn't know what the fuck he's doing, and like nobody on the floor there is gonna notice, except for it's now just super insane loud, except for instead of super loud, right? But anyway, I figured out what it was because I got really like kind of pissed off by that even after the show, because it just kept on going. It was making me sick. I was getting sick from the fiber. It's like involuntary party, right? So I try to like hunt it down, like find like what bastard somewhere is having a party and nobody's doing anything about it. But it turns out that it was literally 3 kilometers away, like through everything, way beyond my sight. It was some stupid festival, like outside of the city limits even. And they just, some techno festival. It lasted until 11 o'clock, though. So after that, they shut the hell up, and that's good. At least that. But yeah, I went chasing it down on my bike, trying to find the source of the sound. Was kind of an adventure though, going through Utrecht, through areas also that I've never really been through. And wow, it's super beautiful out there. Utrecht, especially during this time of year, is like astonishingly beautiful. Like all the plants, grass field, like a lot of like gardening type scenery made just everywhere. They make stuff. And it's not like artsy, trying to get in your face, annoying type, but just like parkified little areas everywhere. It's great and it's beautiful, and there's a lot of flowers everywhere, and like freaking animals and birds, well, especially birds, just everywhere. Birds and bugs and all kinds of bugs, cool bugs. It was a pretty amazing ride. And like people, well, sitting in those parkified areas, basically having picnics and all that. And I guess that with all the noise going boom boom party, everybody got kind of party like. So there was basically just groups standing everywhere chattering, like they were standing outside of the party chattering. Because yeah, it was 3 kilometers away, but still, like, it was just like it's in the building right next to you. It was that loud. Crazy shit. I mean, I don't even want to know what it would have been like actually being there, man. I mean, earplugs would not be enough to prevent yourself from getting deaf in that kind of shit. Totally insane. I don't understand why there's no more limitation on the sound levels. It's so fucking insane. Or at least then, like, yeah, but I mean, it's gonna be a lot of hassle. There should just be like sound walls around such a thing, specifically for the bass, just to catch the bass so that it doesn't just run through every fucking thing. Because like the entire city was basically a party because of that stupid festival. That's 3 miles away. It's like, what was it? Like roughly, 3 kilometers away, like a mile outside of the city limits. I mean, that's fucking insane. Right, so yeah, safe to say I wasn't able to stop it. Because I was like pissed. I was almost ready to start throwing rocks. I was like, I fucking hate this. And like the closer I got, the more I heard of it. And it's like, it was ugly freaking techno too. Just dumb, ugly shit. Garbage music. I can't believe that people actually pay to see that shit. Listen to it. Anyway. Hello, Richard G. George Sanford, Flatter Sage, good to see you. Right, so yeah, sound control. I'm probably gonna grow up like being an old man that's constantly whining to government about this sort of thing. But I mean, it is seriously disruptive. It's disruptive to somebody's sense of comfort. A lot of people, myself included, because that freaking subwoofer bass, it just vibrates you involuntarily. It's not like you're hearing something in the distance that's distracting you away. No, it's literally you fucking feel it through you. It's insane. It should be restricted. Or you have freaking sound walls right next to highways here that are next to cities and all that. Like, yeah, why do you think that is? It's because it's freaking disruptive. Like some truck or whatever, really loud truck, or honking or whatever. It's probably not happening, but yeah, noise. Why just let this be like that? Means everybody okay with that? Why not build sound walls for that kind of... I mean, you want to have stupid festivals? I get it, man. Yeah, party, 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 party. Make an area and build a freaking wall around it. Like a specific wall specifically to make it soundproof against those long carrying bass waves so that they get absorbed. It's like a castle wall that's like mega soundproof. Could just make it like a bubble. Or, well, not if you'd close it, that would be kind of annoying. Probably make it more hermetic, but maybe you can even make it like with an open top. It would be like a stadium a bit. Well, that could be made in a way, if you arrange the speakers and everything very carefully, you really get into like where the sound's going to go and all that, then you could make like the place much more soundproof. Now, of course, there's like stadiums already like specifically used for that. There should be something you could do to break those heavy bass waves somehow without making it a giant structure. Right. It would probably require some engineering though to figure that out. Yeah. They tried that in Jericho. Yeah, but in Jericho the sound came from the outside. It's about containing sound. It's ether. No, it's not. It's sound. It's bass that just really carries through everything. What? Wind changed and the sound outside was what? Okay, bad guy. That's weird. Right, but I don't know, maybe it could be as simple as specific like sound breaking walls. Just one wall that's gonna be like the party ground. You have the speakers, the specific bass speakers, and they would have to be pointed exactly at the wall so that everything in the area would be fully bassed up, but that it would be broken after that. They have to be fine-tuned, placed, and tested. Seriously, if that hits off, if that's figured out, then literally you could have more parties, make more money, more festivals. You could then do that without fucking up the peace in the summer and all that everywhere. I mean, people would be okay with it. Elder people, all that hate that music, if there were more parties, if they just wouldn't be bothered by it. So somebody should really get onto that with engineering to figure out like how can you just have that loud booming equipment set up in such a specific way that can still just play whatever shit, but that there would be a wall that would like perfectly break the sound beyond it. That could really work. Yeah, Borders Boy. Yeah, great. Yeah. In this case, it was a freaking festival. I'm not gonna pay 75 euros to go to a place where you can't even bring your own drinks, and that has really freaking shitty music, and that will absolutely be guaranteed to make me deaf. So no thanks. But I biked it off. I turned it into a nature trip, and that was fine. I mean, that was fine. Once I figured out that there wasn't anything I could do or anybody else could do about it, I was able to let it go. Because I was mostly agitated by the idea that there's some asshole somewhere making that loud noise and that everybody's just letting them. That was really the thing that pissed me off the most. But that turned out to be folly. Because it was a festival after all. Just insane how loud they got it. Ah. Right, anyway, that was what happened yesterday. Neighbors love listening to the Stone Roses. Okay. Right, Flutter Sage. Well, then you're with me on that. I mean, I do like parties sometimes if it has really cool music. I mean, I've been through to some like very small parties that would be like 50 people at best that had like dedicated DJs that would like they had such freaking great taste, and it would be like one good song after another, and even stuff that I've never heard before, but that was just good, and it was like, wow, such a great time. And that would cost like, what is it, like 10 euros or something, right? Ridiculous. I mean, give me those. That's the type of stuff. And it's not super insanely loud or anything, so you don't hurt your ears. You're not deaf the next day. Unless you like make it a habit of like trying to have conversations like in the middle of the dance floor, that will get you deaf. But yeah, I've been to some great parties, but the big festivals, I mean, I've had some metal festival, and that is pretty cool, I guess. Or I experienced it as being pretty cool, also because of beer and all that shit. Yeah, party. But I mean, I wouldn't do that anymore. It's not the vibe is off for me now. I had much more like resentment back then, and then metal was like a way to be able to express that. But yeah, there's some great electro parties that basically, well, I listen myself to music that's just kind of like that, like Mind in the Box. €75 cheap, I guess. Maybe maybe I got that price wrong. Maybe it was more. I don't know. I thought it was like 75. Because I looked it up. Like there is like a festival guide. So and I should have probably did that search yesterday before I got all agitated. But I didn't. I did it afterward. Next time, I should probably, if it's gonna be something that freaking loud, I'll just look up, is there some stupid festival going on? I should just do that immediately. Woke up on the floor, Jesus. Alright. That probably was the alcohol then. I mean, if you drink too much when partying, yeah, that sort of shit can happen. It happened to me like one time, I think. And after that, I just made sure, like, yeah, I'm not gonna drink too much. Because I'd feel freaking sick the next day anyway. We are the 24-hour, but Jesus. I've never been to parties that last that long, but I have been parties that last pretty long, like until the morning. It was kind of funny. Parties, gothic parties, all kinds of music, mostly electro. that would go until like, what is it, like 6 o'clock, and then they even had breakfast available, which is kind of cute. And then it ended. But I usually arrive at those parties very late. I had this weird habit of arriving very late at the party. Sometimes like even at 3 o'clock, but it's like I feel like partying right now very late. I just had that. Or we like plan to go there and then end up like chatting, like talking face to face for hours, and then it's like, oh yeah, we were going to the party. Anyway. Could be in the head. No, but it doesn't matter, Borders Boy. It went straight through you. It was disruptive to me whether I would put headphones on or not, because it wasn't like the ears, like hearing it, that was the issue. It was that it was so loud sometimes that literally vibrate right through the walls. I could stand in the middle of the house here and I would still feel my chest vibrating from that shit, okay? You can't blot that out by putting headphones on. So, anyway. Main reason you don't drink anymore? Yeah. Yeah, I'm not drinking anymore since January, and I'm really happy about it. Although before it started to go sour, I did have great times with it, because when you start drinking after having not drinking a long time, it is like a moment of release, and you don't have a lot of negative side effects. But then eventually the negative side effects start building up, and then the release starts dying down, or at least that's what happens with me. So I'm glad I'm off that. Silent concert, everybody wearing it. Yeah, yeah, that stuff is so silly. I mean, what's the freaking point then? If you can't interact with other people. It's so silly. I mean, it'll be like, yeah, you're just sitting there, yeah, and then it's like, hey, I want to talk to you. Okay, you take the headphones off, and then you just start talking while everybody's still like, all right. It's so silly. But at least it's not going to be noise pollutant. That's one thing, and you can have control over the loudness. That's kind of nice, but still, it's just really weird. Hey, LSG, good to see you. Yeah, bass frequency, that's right. Really low bass, and like, can you imagine? I'd still feel it in my chest, standing in the middle of the house with two closed doors in between and walls. I'd still feel it when it's 3 kilometers away. Now that's fucked up. So yeah, the weird thing is that after the party was over, I didn't notice for a while. And then I literally like had party fatigue. I had the same kind of weird noise experience in my head. It wasn't super loud, but it's just like because I was sick of it, because of the vibration that I just, yeah, I don't know. I mean, it was really freaking loud. It would really just roll over you out of nothing. It wasn't like consistently super loud, but it would just suddenly get super loud and be super disruptive. I mean, you could have a conversation on the phone and suddenly just not really hear it properly anymore. I mean, that's insane. Anyway, I'll stop complaining about it. Black about inches, creams, like a cow. Yeah. Moo. Yeah. What's the problem with that? Oh, whore. How dare I? How dare I eat my greens? Okay. Whatever. Mm. Yeah, flatter stage. Yeah, and I think that should literally be illegal. I think it should be illegal. I think putting subwoofers in cars universally should be illegal. Like, definitively. Done. Over. No more fucking around with that shit. Yeah? Put music in your car. That's super cool. No more fucking subwoofers. Fuck off. You don't get any. They should not be allowed to be sold in general stores or over the internet. You just don't get them anymore. You want to get them, you need a special permission. Like, as a professional, yeah, sure. Like, you're making parties, yeah, you can have some subwoofers, but freaking regulations, man. Freaking regulations. It's got to be under control. Right? And all these people that do that, they all get freaking ear damage. All of them. And then, yeah, that's gonna, oh, they have to go to the doctor. Yeah. Yeah, so it's gonna, they're literally damaging themselves, even those freaky idiots. Like, why is that illegal? Why is that legal? I don't know. I feel like a ninny. But I mean, I fucking hate subwoofers. I hate subwoofers. I think they're devices that should be destroyed on sight. I'm that fond of them. It's like, oh, you have a subwoofer. Oh, you like it? Well, then I don't like you, usually. Unless you're like, you rarely use it. And like, oh, subwoofers should be considered just like being gay in that sense. It's like, yeah, oh, you're gay? Well, yeah, keep it to yourself, right? You want to have that private little thing? Well, make sure that doesn't bother anybody. I think the subwoofers should have the same standards. Like, oh, you're into subwoofers? Oh, that's really cool. I hope you got a soundproof room and you don't nag anybody with it, because I don't want to hear it. Anyway. Becoming grumpy old man. Well, to be fair, I hated subwoofers even as a teenager. I just fucking hate subwoofers. I don't like the feel of the sound. I don't like what it does. Makes me nauseated. It's super disruptive. I hate fucking subwoofers. right? And that's, dude, like, if you really dig into it, those frequencies are literally capable of causing serious trauma. You can have PTSD from that shit, right? I mean, shell shock, having explosions go off right next to you. Like, yeah, that's why is it so fucked up for you? Well, it's because of that heavy, low, super hard vibration, the shock wave from the well, it's the same. It's subwoofer's just a fucking controlled explosion. Why the fuck would you do that? It's literally a trauma device. Yeah, I know. Post-traumatic. Yeah, you can get post-traumatic stress from subwoofer shit. If I'd be like in a building, stuck or whatever, couldn't get away from it, and like my neighbor would, and I couldn't do anything about it, would just play freaking subwoofer shitty techno all day long. Dude, you better fucking believe it. You're gonna have post-traumatic stress from that. You will. It's torture. People are all about that bass. Yeah, well, fiber outs, I like a little bass. Okay, I like lower sounds. I like a good bass that's like, I like that. Fucking subwoofers, fuck off with that garbage. I don't need a simulated explosion. Okay? I don't need a simulated explosion shockwave. Fuck off with that garbage. A good bass, awesome. And yeah, you can overdo that too, and even that can fuck you up. But subwoofers are meant to fuck you up. Controlled explosion, yeah, fuck you. I don't need a controlled explosion. Like, I wouldn't like a subwoofer like watching a movie either. That's action movie with explosion, because then you get, it's more like it's real. Yeah, well, guess what? You're gonna get the fucking shockwave then. You're gonna get really startled then. I don't know. I'm overdoing it now. I just fucking hate subwoofers. That's final. Never encountered a single scenario in my entire life where there was a subwoofer involved where I was like, yeah. Not a single time. It always sucked. Always. I could literally feel it. It's like, oh, there's a disco or something. And I'm like, this does not feel right. They're having a fucking subwoofer. I can't get in there. I just can't go there. Like, it's too loud. But it's loud with that shit. Anyway. Happier music. Yeah, of course. Well, that's always good. And besides, as a teen and all that shit, why do you even go to parties? You go because you want some action, you want some excitement. Well, if you become a truther, you already figure out that there's way too much excitement and that people go absolutely nuts. So it's like, I don't need that excitement. The social interaction part of it might be interesting to me. But I got enough excitement on my mind with what the hell's going on in the world already. I definitely don't need to get away from this boring life. Even though my life, technically, when you look at it, just the physical parts of it, yeah, it's pretty boring. But it's fine. The only thing that I really do miss sometimes is like I would like more social interaction, but that has become kind of conditional. I don't just want people, because most of them are now, to me, intolerably stupid. There were always people that were stupid like that, and when I was younger, I still thought that I would have to like adapt to that, and I would be able to be like, yeah, sure, they're just not super smart, that's fine, and if you just deal with enough people, it doesn't really matter that much. Now it's just like, yeah, I'm about conversation, and you can't have conversations with those people, which is the majority. They're all fucking retarded. Like, they can barely even copy like mainstream bullshit opinions from CNN, which they will still try, but even they'll fail at that because they have that little knowledge. It's so pathetic. They have no sources, they have no knowledge. It's like pointless. Pointless trying to get a conversation with those people. And they're not, whatever you're going to say, it's not going to stick either. They don't have a tradition of keeping track of what's real. They don't have that tradition. So it's completely and utterly pointless interacting with them. You're not going to be able to help them prevent falling into some societal trap. You can barely get their interest. So, yeah, I know. Whatever. What was the festival called? Well, you could look it up yourself, I think. I don't know. Some weird name. Let me see. It was here somewhere. Sunda. Yeah, that's what it's called. Whatever. Yeah, Flatter Sage. Well, that's been my problem since 2008, big time. Before that, I was already kind of weird. I was already like looking for the occult things that people didn't really think about. I was always looking for that kind of thing and trying to break it to people. Right? But yeah, 2008, around that time, really got into InfoWars. That's when I really started to figure out like how deep the rabbit hole goes. Which, of course, in reality, the rabbit hole was even much bigger when you realize Flat Earth and all that. But it kind of started there. And yeah, I mean, most of the times I just try to get a conversation with people, I'd end up in fights. Well, not physical. They would end up like hating me, being offended. Very freaking annoying, but yeah, of course, also my own fault for being just kind of reckless like that, being like, oh, truther. But yeah, I know a better way of approaching people now. It's not to make them hate me instantly like that in the physical real world out there, but I never beyond that managed to develop like a good strategy on like, oh yeah, how am I going to like get to know people? Yeah. Only thing I could think of is like some kind of hobby that involves other people as well. But yeah, I don't. Every time I think of it, it's like, yeah, it's gonna be money, it's gonna waste time, and I'm gonna get sick of it. Probably. Right, but I mean, it's probably gonna end up in some scenario that I meet a girl, it's gonna like really click out of nowhere. And dude, girls make me do anything. I'll get into what they're getting into, and I'll be good at it. Like, except if it's girly stuff. But I mean, I usually don't really have those times anyway. Not since I was a teen. Okay, that's awesome, Five Roads. Wow, flatters. Yeah, well, I've had that too. That's like pretty much all my friends from before Flat Earth. My dad didn't though. He like went right along. So I found a new crowd, but it's mostly old people now. I don't really like it's Rudolf Steiner healer community, but that's all older people. At least you can get along with, like, at least they have a fucking brain. I mean, they know interesting shit and they know complex dynamics and all that. So I can actually talk with them and like show them some complex inner ideas. My dad knows. Yeah, of course. Dude, my dad knows about the holographic nature of the Celestials. He gets that. He's pretty much on board with me. The whole thing. Ah, that sucks. Yeah, no, my dad, well, yeah, no. But I mean, my dad's already kind of had divisions being created because of, well, his alternative medical approach of a lot of things. And there's been plenty of people that were like, oh, you gotta take the medical procedure. That sort of shit. So he has faced the other side, basically, in his own sense. And Flat Earth was like, yeah, makes sense. And yeah, NASA stuff does look like unusually stupid. So like it was very easy to go with it. It's like he always was a flat earther. He just didn't really care about it. He didn't really like, oh yeah, oh, oh yeah, the Earth is flat, huh? At the start of it, he did have like typical back questions though. It's like the typical baller question, but like if it's flat, what about satellites or what? He did ask that, but he wouldn't go off on a tangent with stupid anti-flat earther bullshit talk. After that, he would just honestly like, oh, but what about this? What about that? And just like I would explain it to him, and he would immediately get it. It's awesome. Oh, start getting squirty. Yeah. Yeah, it just freaks him out, fibroids. I mean, that's, yeah. sounds like it just freaks them out. I've met plenty of people like that. Like, they get really scared. When you bring it up and they didn't expect that from you. It's like a little bit like this. For some freaky weird reason, a lot of people, just because the way I'm dressed, right, wearing black a lot, black leather coat, a lot of people kind of just assume I'm sort of a social justice warrior, when it couldn't be more the opposite. It's kind of weird. Because in ways, it's like, yeah, well, can you imagine that there could be sort of good traits from social justice? That they could be good? Well, those traits I've kind of assimilated, and I seem to be like, I feel like I'm the only one in the freaking world, while all the others just went completely apeshit and corrupted and mercenary, like cannon fodder stooges. They all just went insane. They all weaponized their own weaknesses and shit. Yeah, I'm gonna go crazy. Yeah. And I'm like, what the fuck, man? That's not how you do it. Rage wins how you do it. Right? So I guess that there might be some weird vibe off me just because of the weird way that I am, that it's like, yeah, he's kind of like a social justice warrior, but he's like the opposite of all the others. It's like, yeah, I'm definitely not like, you know what they do and you know what I do. It's like anti. But people still think that sometimes. Oh, by the way, I had a weird scenario like that. I was at the store for groceries the other day, and there was just some guy with a very cute little dog, like standing there. I was like, oh, little dog. And then apparently I misgendered the dog, because I thought it was a she, because it just looked like so cute. Like, I just thought she. I didn't think about it. It's like, it's a he. I'm like, okay. I misgendered his dog. But yeah, it was kind of a pudgy guy, so it's like, yeah. But the dog was super cute though. So like, how am I supposed to guess that that's a he? It's like a puppy, basically. Anyway. You feel ostracized? Yeah, well, welcome to the world religion. Literally, fibroids. It's what it is. It's the world religion. Literally. The world religion is the religion about the shit, about what the world is. And nobody knows it. The world religion is the world religion, and nobody knows it's a religion. Super crypto, basically. How can I always come here and be normal again? What? I'd like to think that you can be normal here, whatever that's supposed to be. Right? What we feel is normal. Right? I mean, be normal, just don't be sloppy. Don't screw around. Or you might end up like Supreme Knowing, turning into a complete savant, like at the end of yesterday's show. Did you guys see that? What the fuck? The world religion is materialism. Well, that's the philosophical standpoint. That's like the conscious arguing point within the world religion. The world religion is not known, it's a religion. It's just what you're taught. Everybody thinks that's real. But materialism is like what you can argue within it. It's like, oh, God, no God. But the default is that, oh yeah, of course you get taught it's a ball. It's a ball everywhere. It's a ball on the TV. It's a ball in the school books. Yeah. So people just assume it is. Figure out the real shape of the earth. Yeah, no, it's not really Zeptepi. I mean, it would be cool to understand the confines of the flat earth a bit more, but the shape is not, it's done, it's flat. Whatever it is, whatever the complete confines are of the realm, it is flat. And that's that. No need to explore anything to know that it's flat. Right, yeah, Zeptepi, but I mean, there is no shape. Earth doesn't have a shape. Like, not a shape that can be assigned a geometric consistent shape anyway. It's just like we can't test it, we can't get around it, underneath it, to really figure out what the total material confine within the available volume is. So, but we do know it's flat. Dirt always finds its ball. That's hilarious, Clary, and incorrect. Ah. Right, but maybe in a sense you're correct. Maybe it is the Earth being a ball is not the world religion. It's the cosmology of the world religion. Because what is the actual world religion is atheism, is extended atheism. Atheism and lies. So Satanism, it's like you have the Satanists, the ones that make the spells. You have the recipient, the slaves, which are the atheists that just think like that and they think everything's real. That is said by atheists. I think like that, and Right. Another way of dealing with that sort of spelling issues, fibroids, is deleting the sentence and then typing it out again. Or copy it, correct it, delete the old message, enter the corrected message. That's how I do it in chats. It'll save like a clog up of like, oh, I messed up. Just saying. Why are we the ones who had the veil lifted? Because you could. Because you're supposed to do that and you were strong enough to go there. But then you have to deal with the new challenges. Now you're on the other side of the illusion of the previous world. With all the people still in it. What do? Right? Are you gonna compound their illusions? Are you gonna add on to it? Be part of the system? Be a Satanist? You know it's lies, so you're gonna construct lies to fool people more into it? Make it harder for them to escape it? Or are you gonna just try to somehow get through to people without them losing their minds? To try to seduce them to wake up. Because it is kind of a seduction to snap out of the dream. But it is worth it in part. I mean, to me, it's like it was inevitable. I kept waking up again and again. But yeah, it's the whole world just works differently. It's like from one day you're like, yeah, you're part of the group and you're going there, you figure out how you get more automated respect. Or you figure out how you're entertaining to everybody. You can get funny or something. That's how you go about. But when you wake up, it's like that all of that is just gone. It doesn't work like that anymore. I mean, you could, if you're like really smart, then you could like basically try to do the same thing, but like use your comedy aspect for awakening, to sneak good ideas through that would be conflicting with comedy, so that staves off the allergic reaction a bit. Can't go wrong, by the way. I mean, but that's kind of the way Owen Benjamin's been doing it, because he's in that position. But it's a big transition. Like, you can't just go back to the old world. This is also what Nathan Oakley talks a lot about on his shows. Like, yeah, rolling down that hill. Once you roll, you can't get back up. Like, it just doesn't work the same way anymore. But in a way, it's good. It would be better if even more people go down there. But there will also be those that will be down there and that will just be in denial that they're down there. They will have learned that which they cannot accept. And they will be anti-flat earthers, and they will be like demons to the rest that are down there. And that's just the new setting. Welcome to your new life. Well, you don't have to continually deal with the anti-flat earthers, although, yeah, if you're going to be like a streamer or whatever about flat earth, you will end up dealing with them, one way or another. Yeah. So, but it just, yeah, things aren't the same anymore. You can't just go with the flow as much once you really figure out flat earth. Shouldn't you feel better? No. You should feel better for the advantages of being released from illusion, though. But, I mean, in relation to that, the downside will stare you in the face. The inability to deal with certain people's inability to deal with flat Earth is gonna stare you in the face. So yeah, it's not like, oh yeah, man, flat Earth immediately. It's not that easy. It's like a big sacrifice you have to make societally to go there. And yeah, for a lot of people, it's just like they just can't do it. Like they couldn't afford to do it. It's like all too entangled. Everything would blow up. Their life would just be gone from one moment to another. Or they fear that, at least. Right, but even theoretically, what if everybody just was like, okay, it doesn't matter anymore. We're just going to come out like, yeah, flat Earth. We will have a very weird world after that, because that will basically create a whole bunch of anti-flat earthers, and it's very likely that it's not just going to stop. I mean, the anti-flat earthers will then actually start to form a cult, because it's like the awakening has been forced. And then they will start a cult, and they will potentially turn into like a terrorist group to try to kind of get it back. Like they will get that globe back. They'll do it at any cost. Those people are like, they're religious fanatics. Anti-flat earthers are religious fanatics that's lost their mind. That's what they are. And yeah, not all of them will go as far as to go way beyond limits of where you should, but some of them will, and when the whole freaking world goes through that, it will be a lot. And they will start to form groups and conspire to basically force governments back into accepting the globe as a standard. That's going to happen. Effectively, you could say it's already there. It's just kind of transformed into that, but nobody's saying anything about it. I mean, the world has pretty much woken up to flat Earth, really. It's just most people don't really spend all their time bickering about it. Wow. He said you were correct and then said, wow, that's serious. Yeah, that's just double think in plain sight, Flatter Sage. It's a problem. But I mean, you gotta realize also that double think has now become more standardized through media propaganda. Through what politicians say and all that. They are just applying doublespeak. Like that. It's pretty recent that it's become that bad. Like in the last 5 years, it kind of sneaked in there. And it's being normalized by, well, the hostile faction. The anti-human depopulation faction. That's doing everything. And that causes people to, well, have opportunity to normalize it for themselves. I mean, they get infected by the doublethink, right? Once authority figures start applying doublespeak, normies will assimilate it. It's like monkey see, monkey do. They will just do it. When before, that was like super shameful. People would say, you're just out of your mind. Snap out of it, you idiot, right? Now, it's like people do that and nobody even responds anymore. It's like the top-down doublethink has done some real serious damage to a lot of people. I mean, we recognize, oh, they're double-speaking, this is crazy. But there's a lot of people that don't have that attitude of approaching media in a defensive manner like that. And they're just seeing, it doesn't make any sense, but they win? Okay. Well, I guess you don't have to make any sense then, and you can still win. If you just pretend like you're winning. So people are copying that behavior, sometimes subconscious. It just happens. And doublespeak, it becomes normalized. More people now do it. And nobody gets really freaked out about it, even. And eventually people lose track. And then they lose care. They don't care anymore whether you doublespeak or don't. And when you're at that state, it's completely foobar. At that point, when people no longer care whether you're doublespeaking or not, and not able to pick it up, that's usually when the firebombs start dropping. That's like the worst state you could possibly get a people in. So yeah, dangerous. It needs to be stopped. It needs to be addressed. It needs to be dealt with. Right? People need to be held account for provable lies. Doublespeak is provable lies. It needs to be held to task. It needs to be recognized and reprimanded, punished. When that doesn't happen, everything goes to hell. I mean, legalizing lying like that is like the most egregious sin being normalized. It's like the number one sin. It's the fundamental first sin, lie. The first sin is a lie. Now, even biblically, what's the first sin? The snake said, "You shall be gods." It's the first sin. It's the first lie that took place. The first sin is lie. Is lies. If you're going to normalize lies, you literally break open a gate to hell through people. And it's going to lead to everybody dying. I predict that. So, better take care of this shit quick before it infects too many people and doublethink becomes a cultural phenomenon. Yeah? General message to everybody out there, whoever's listening. If you allow doublespeak to be normalized, you are literally doomed. You doom everybody that associates with that. Whitsit, the new Pope of Ether, yeah. Anyway, I hope you're all enjoying the show. I'm having a good time. First sin is lust desire. No, it isn't. I don't know why you would bring that up, but I was being very technical. What's the first sin that happened? In Genesis, snake lies. Lies about what will happen. And before the snake lied about that, Eve was not too eager to try it out. She had curiosity, sure, but snake lied and she believed it. And that's how it all started. First sin is a lie, provably, technically. Alright, and I'm not going to divine the motivations. If it's not spoken, it's not spoken. Sin is when it's acted. Your thoughts are not your sin. It's the action that makes it a sin. And the first sin in the Bible, provably, is lies. knowing and then saying the opposite. And divining the motivation is not relevant. This is not a court case. This is about mechanical things that happen. And again, sin is action. It's not a feeling you have. Right? Sin is in the action or the inaction, which is technically also an action. The action of not doing anything about something that's happening. But that's another matter. This is about what was first. And the first provable sin in the Bible is lying. And yeah, the prerequisite to lying is not lust and desire. It is knowing the truth and then choosing not to go with it. To conceal the truth. Lying is to conceal the truth, effectively. It's a choice, and it is the first sin. It doesn't have an antecedent but choice. The antecedent to sin is choice. By God's design. And the first provable sin that happens in the Bible is lies. Fact. So if you're going to normalize lies, doublespeak, it's super dangerous. It's literally chipping at the original foundation. It's going to destroy paradise. Right? History rhymes. Yeah, that's really cool, Borders Boy. It's really cool that you think it's desire, but that's not what sin is. You don't understand the concept of sin. Sin is in action, not in thought. We're not talking about psychology. We're talking about sin. It's a very specific definition. And it's about action, not about what takes place in your consciousness. Yeah, you can't lie not saying anything. Right? Because it requires an act, an action. You can think whatever you want. It's the action that makes the sin, not the motivation. Like leads to self-sabotage. Arguably. Yeah, well, Borders Boy, that's really cute. It's not what I was talking about, though. Yeah, well, I'm not going with. I'm definitely not doing that Buddhist thing. Yeah, we have an ego with a purpose. Abandoning it doesn't solve anything. It'll just make you okay to be fucked up. I have an ego for a reason. It's a component. It does things. And there's other people in the world. I mean, we don't have random components of our being. You understand? all those factors that we experience are part of the design, and everything that is designed was designed with a reason. Now, if we don't understand the reason of it, then we can misapply it or just not understand what it is and then do foolish things, right? It's kind of the same story as trying to figure out DNA with the Genome Project. It's like, oh, this is junk DNA because we can't figure it out. Yeah, well, guess what? It's not junk. You just didn't understand it. Yeah. An ego has a function. Now, ego can get very dark, right? So what do then? You make sure that it's contained. Right? You have a devil, you put it in a cage, and you make sure that it stays in the cage. It has to be appealing to be in the cage for the devil. It has to have a good motivation. It has to have a mission. Right? You need to learn to deal with your ego and can be a very powerful ally that actually helps things. Right? But if you overfeed it, yeah, then it'll just take over your life and then you end up ruined. That's the irony, is once the ego really takes over, it does the opposite. It achieves the opposite of what it's actually there for. So you can't just let it take control over everything, because then it'll mess it up. So you got to be careful with it. Let it help you out, but don't let it take over. You got to be together with your ego in order to accomplish things. If you just scrub it out, then you don't have a drive for many actions. You just turn into kind of a jellyfish, just floating around, whatever. Yeah, that can be very peaceful if your inner world's all fucked up and you just have nightmares all day long because of your ego or your past and your shame. And it's like, yeah, just drop it. Okay, but yeah, that's not gonna actually fix it. It's just gonna encapsulate it and postpone it forever. Yeah, all the things you've done with your ego are still there. You can't just remove them. But you can't ignore them. I don't do that. I face it head on. I've done that a lot, and now I have a golden cage for it. No, Borders boy. Desire is not a sin. To desire something is not a sin. Obsession with desire is a sin, but it's only because of what obsession does with you. It allows you to do things that ignore values or consequences. Lust is not a sin. It's something you experience, you have to deal with it. You can choose, yeah? It's the action that is the sin. It's the action, not whatever's taking place inside of you. It's the action. Altruism is the opposite of egoism. Maybe. I've just found that you can merge that. Altruism, egotism. I mean, there's nothing more good for your ego than to do good things for others. It literally gives you more respect, which is exactly what your ego really wants. Right? So blind selfishness and just doing your own short-term desires is very destructive for you. You actually end up not having what you desired. But if you help others, you spend a lot of time on that, they will eventually like help you, and they will actually give you what you need. Because you've been doing that with them. Like, don't be selfless. Just be yourself with everybody else, right? It's no more effective way to deal with your ego than to help other people. Or to try to figure it out. Like, it's building alliances, right? Helping other people out, but not like in a way that they will like just use you, abuse you, but in a way that there is a respectful bond happening, that there's a record of the actions, a recognition. Naturally. Yeah, it's complicated like that. But I mean, don't abandon the ego, you need it. I mean, ego is a good motivator. I want to do better. I feel like a shit. Well, do good things, and then you feel better. It's good for your ego. Right? I mean, the ego is there. It has a function. You can do great things with it if you're just not a fool and you don't allow obsession. As long as you don't allow your ego to take full control and pursue short-term longings. Do foolish things. So that's how I learned to deal with it. And sometimes it will do foolish things. Sometimes it will just be like, I just want to do something because I want to do something. I just want to express that I'm here and I want something. Right? I do that sometimes on my show. It's a bit weird. I try to move on when that happens quickly. But yeah, I mean, I have intense feelings and my ego is... It has some muscles. I use it. Just don't let it take over. That's right, LSG. You can know the difference between good and bad without sinning. Sin is the action, exactly. Good discussion. Yeah, I agree. Very Sunday themed discussion. Ooh. Wow. That fit to the character. Yeah, I got a title for today. Sin is in the action or inaction. Dangers of normalizing doublespeak. Okay, let's do it like this. snake lies. I don't know, Godzilla. I don't know. I think that animals can technically, to a certain level, lie, and then they will have a very quick response to that. So I'm not, but it's not. Yeah, it's getting complicated because like sin is not like Catholicism says. It's not like, oh, the thing that'll lead you to hell, or if you say the chant. No, it's something that palpably does something to you because of it. I mean, sin just has an immediate effect through the action. Oh, that's interesting. Acknowledge all thoughts, but serve them no tea. Yeah, well, fair enough, Cleary. That's a good description. What's the show title? Oh, right. Asking. 5 roads. Yeah, Godzilla. Hello, Godzilla. But he was asking about the fiber oats thing, I think. Anyway, the title is Sin is the Inaction, or is the action in action, is in the action in action, and dangers of normalizing doublespeak. Yeah, that's right. An opossum lies? What? What are you talking about, LSG? Oh, cool. Oh, you've been busy. 5 roads. That's pretty nice. Intense. Oh, animal that plays dead, I guess. It is deception. It is an art of deception. It's not equating to like. Oh God, I'm not gonna go into that level of bickering. Thanks. Don't need to go there. I mean, an active distraction, right? Playing that is an act of distraction. But I mean, it is a deception, though. So yeah, deception does exist in nature. It does. And even like hypnotism even exists in nature. And like plants and animals giving off false pheromones to lure in prey. That sounds pretty damn deceptive to me, if you ask me. But it's there. It exists. Right, but I mean, the real main point, the difference between animals and people, and why we are held to sin and animals not so much. Well, I believe that effectively they still are. It's just, it doesn't really matter to them as much. It's just their spirit is not, like, it just doesn't matter to them. It's not relevant. There's less consequences. There's like some physical consequences perhaps, but like it doesn't really like drain their spirit to do that. But with humans it does, because humans just do so much more with their spirit, so much more detail as to what's going on with that, and the stability of it is much more important. So the impact of lying for a human will be much bigger than a deception from an animal. Oh, you're having expose for your paintings, Vibro? It's awesome. That's cool. I mean, just if you know where it is and when, just advertise. Just say, I'm gonna be at this location on this day. Come and visit me. That's fine. Or if you have a direct link to the event or something, you can post that here, Vibro. But only if you really know when it is, and people could actually visit. That would be cool. Yeah. Borders. Very smart. Very clever. Right, I'm gonna take a 2-minute break. I'll be right back. And I'm back. Is that like on the other side of the country? Minneapolis, New Hampshire. That's it. What? No, right, yeah, it is. It's like on the other side of the country. Come on. Wow. It's having some serious trouble. Google Maps. Just show it. Oh wait, it's not the entire country, it's like halfway. Still quite a distance. 20-hour, 52-minute drive. Damn. Yeah. Mind shock? No, I don't even know who that is. Anyway, I hope you guys are all enjoying the show. I'm having a good time. Good mood. Nice weather. Bit hungry though. I mean, it's like scraps weekend. I'm like full out of everything. I like with the money I got from PayPal's, I just barely got enough food. But also like I would like the money's like that I'm getting from welfare is late because normally it would like come on Saturday or Friday, but yeah, no, it's probably gonna get there Monday. Just bought me dinner. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, you did send me. Yeah, but that's not gonna arrive until Monday usually. Yeah, but that's great though. Godzilla, I really do appreciate the support. But I mean, it's yeah. Hey, wait, you sent me more. Oh, who is that? Yeah, that is you, isn't it? Thank you. Thanks for the support, Godzilla. 10 euros? That's awesome. Takes till Monday? Yeah, no, nothing arrives on my bank on the Sunday unless it's a direct Dutch bank transfer to my bank. That's the only thing that's like gonna be instant. Everything else is like they let it all wait throughout Sunday until it's Monday. They do that every time. And that includes social welfare. They usually also like, oh, it should be dropping normally on that date, like the 21st. Well, guess what? It's Sunday, so it's not arriving today. They're gonna wait until Monday. Ugh. But I'm fine. I still have enough food. I'm just not having any Illuminati croissants or pizzas or anything. Hmm. Okay. Well, Fiber, like, why were you really following him anyway? If he's like so ill-informed, like, what about his videos is so appealing to you? Does these? Oh, right, I remember that. Yeah, yeah, you were into that. Not really my thing though. But he's probably really good at that. But usually, when somebody specializes in like forensics, I mean, they're not gonna be a superstar with flat Earth, right? So a lot of specialists that are like really good at what they do, but then if they get involved with flat Earth, it's like they just don't have a grip on it. It happens a lot. He's not a flat Earth superstar. All right. But is he trying to be? Like, why? Why would he get into that? It's kind of weird. Does he think flat Earth is a crime? What? Says Nathan is not the right. Why? Why is Nathan not the right guy? What the fuck? Why not? Watch it. Oh, okay. Well, yeah, link me up then. Globusters crew are the gate to heavy movement. Nah. I mean, I've always felt that they're not really gatekeepers, but they're like trying to create a flat Earth model thing. So it's like it always felt like they're trying to replace NASA. So they can be the flat Earth NASA. That's the feel, the vibe I got of them from the start. By the way. Right? I've never heard anybody from Globusters ever mention things like physicality, assumption, bias. They never get into anything like that. They're just like, no, this is our model. It's better than your globe model. And that's then what they've been doing all this time. Hey, the Random Explorer, hello. Yeah, welcome. Yeah, I'm doing great. Today's a really calm day. Ooh, white pigeons. Yay! They're back. Awesome. White pigeons are back. I guess they really come out when it's warm. Jesus, that's... Dude, that's a almost 3-hour video. Oh, that one! Where Nathan went up against us two guys? Yeah. I remember that. That's... Why the hell did he say that Nathan didn't do good? What the fuck? I mean, he was ideal. And they were constantly abusing him. It's so mild-mannered, it was amazing. Arguably one of the best performances he's ever had. Why the hell would this guy say that he didn't do well? It's only halfway through. Okay. He doesn't see it that way. Okay. Nathan Oakley bad. Ooh. With Patrick. Yeah, that's the one, LSG. Yeah, I'll screen show you. I mean, I'll screen share. You'll recognize the picture. Like, it's this one. Remember that? That was a really impressive video. Overall, the original. But then after Nathan did it, he started to, like, tinker on his computer and lost all that momentum because this thing, like, got a real high score out there. But yeah, I mean, it's his business. What? He says that Nathan is making more fallacies? Are you serious? The fuck is he? What the hell? How would he be making fallacies? What a projecting asshole. I mean, seriously, what a bitch. Is he just jealous or something? What a bitch. Oh, he knows wits it. Oh, okay. So, yeah. He's just a fucking little weenie bitch who likes to suck cock from the Pope of Ether, then. Okay, that makes sense. Then I don't give a fuck. So he's just a disingenuous, envious, lying piece of shit then. Okay, well that certainly changes things. You're not positive about it? So he's just making up fallacies that Nathan is doing in that show? Just randomly. He's not like making it up to have some political influence like shit on Nathan, right? Because Nathan does not recognize the Pope of Ether and his ideas that are nonsensical and unprovable, even though they claim they have proof and they don't. They don't even know how to attempt the scientific method properly at all. He knows. Oh, okay. Right, so it just sounds to me like the guy is getting involved into infighting garbage and is going to be trash. If you're going to do that, that's trash. Sorry to disappoint you, but I mean, the guy sucks. Very little maneuvering room for another conclusion. Right, anyway, man. Already been through 2 hours. This show went by quickly. It's been interesting, well focused this time. Very glad about that. Yeah. Thoroughly? That's not how you spell thoroughly. It's fine. Is he an Etherean? Well, he's probably ether curious. You know? I mean, a lot of people get enthralled by the technobabble bullshit. Right? The Ken Wheeler style, the advanced Ken Wheeler style riddle go around that Witsit likes to roll out about the ether, all that nonsense. Technobabble. Yeah, people are like really enthralled by that. They become ether curious. He does a logical thinking show? Okay, well, yeah. Well, it probably works out great until Flat Earth is involved, and then he turns into a retard like a lot of people. It could be that. You said he's not really a flat earther, he just got involved with it somehow. So, yeah. Yeah, too bad. Right, and that's also, by the way, one of the reasons why you shouldn't just try to drop flat earth everywhere. Right, just let people do their thing. If they're really good at it, don't nag them with flat earth. You could literally turn them into a fucking retard out of nothing. So don't do that. Right now, if they're going after flat Earth, they're so stupid. Yeah, then of course go after them. If they're making that move, yeah, duh. But I mean, don't push flat Earth on somebody that's not really doing that. Need a helmet first. One does not simply turn retard. Okay, bring the retardation out of a dormant state? Is that a better description than Godzilla? Right, and by the way, I disagree. You can turn into a retard. You can simply do that, but you can also get out of it. And some people can't, and then they're stuck like that forever. What is it? Oh, was it a reference to Lord of the Rings? One does not simply enter Mordor? I felt that. But of course, I ignored that in favor of a literal response, as I typically do. Going full retard. Tropical Thunder. Man, it's ages since I've seen that. Didn't it have Mel Gibson in it too? There's no Mel in there? 2008? Wait, that's Tropic Thunder. Is it Tropical or Tropic Thunder? Yeah, that's not a Mel Gibson movie. I don't know if I've ever seen this. Tom Cruise in there? What the? Maybe I should watch. Is it a good movie? Or does it suck? Funny one. Okay. Oh, maybe I'll watch that. Okay, well, it's not on Netflix, I guess. I'll have to download it. Unrated. Okay. There's a director's cut of it, apparently. Directed by Ben Stiller? Ooh. Okay. I didn't know that. That could be very interesting. I like Ben Stiller movies, a lot of them. It's not like I'm a big fan, but I mean, they turn out to be pretty decent, a lot of them. They don't leave you with like this sickening vibe afterward. Cool, yeah, I'll check that out. He's actually likable. Okay. Cool, I'll check it out. Apocalypse Now spoof? Oh, okay. Alright. Cool. Well, I have a fun movie to watch, I think. And yeah, I'm gonna round out the show, I think. No, it is. Yeah, it's because I kind of want to get some lunch. I think I could technically keep going. What do you mean, what the fuck? 4 more hours? Yeah. But I'm kind of hungry. We're getting stuff done here, man. Yeah, sure. Okay, fine. Guess I'll just be hungry then for a while. Okay. Very funny. See, I'm even run out of tea. I mean, that's a sure sign on the wall. It's time for the early bird show to end. I mean, when you run out of tea, yeah. Have a non-local holographic Illuminati croissant. Well, that would be pretty cool. Like, hey, I'll just pick it from the sky. It's like 70s television programming tricks. I starve, your entertainment comes first. Nah. Well, maybe if I got more super chats, then I might. But no, I can't. What? Son of a bitch. Okay. Yeah, no, but I actually do have to, like, eat something. So I'll hang around a bit, but I mean, I'm not gonna do, like, another 2-hour show, if you know what I mean. Thanks for the super chat, for the PayPal 5 roads. I really appreciate it. Always helpful. Oh, the birds are out of water. They're like bickering over the last bit of the water in the bowl. Because, yeah, they're slurping it. Should refresh that too. It's really summer-like weather out there. Not much. Dude, it's good. It's all good. I really appreciate the support. I mean, don't take money out of your own mouth, though. I mean, don't take food out of your own mouth by sending me super chats. But, I mean, yeah, I'm really appreciative. And I'll be less cranky about it. I mean, I've been really cranky on everybody. Like, why are you a bunch of parasites? But I mean, it's just the mood, man. Sometimes it's just everything feels like that. It's like everybody's parasiting on me, but I feel like a parasite myself. This is just a world of parasites everywhere. It's not a very pleasant way of seeing the world. When it's all really more about the symbiosis. But yeah, sometimes it just, the energies are off, and then what is a symbiote relationship suddenly kind of turns parasitical for a little bit, and you just have to deal with it. But yeah, I really appreciate the support. It's good to have you back. Could we go over to Flat Discord and sing songs together? Okay. That's hilarious. I don't really feel like singing when I'm hungry. No. I, that's hilarious. I'll take PayPal donation, but I'm not gonna do like I'm doing like 10 minutes or something. That's it. Look, if you guys want to make me do like a marathon or something, and I'm just happen to be good for it, that's pretty cool and all. But I'll have to like make more preparations in order to like have more food so that I can keep going. Like pre-prep a pizza that I can just put in the oven in the middle of my show and then eventually eat it on my show, I guess. Right? But I don't have anything. I'm not gonna like bake an egg before I start the show and then leave it there. Anyway, I do appreciate all the attention. It's been a great show. Good mood show. Enjoying the late spring, early summer. And really glad there's no freaking boom, boom, boom bullshit like yesterday. It's a really peaceful day. No noise except for birds. And not that many people walking around, so I do suspect there's like a lot of people that have gone like to the forest or to the beach or something. Because it's not as crowded. Yesterday there were a lot more people around. Right, so yeah, I gotta round out the show. The hunger just really got to me. Now I don't feel good. I gotta eat something quick. So thanks everyone for coming. Hope you liked the show. If you did, then please don't forget to Rogans it up. And if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel and hit the bell notification so you know when I'm going live, which is normally 1 p.m. Amsterdam time in the weekdays and 2 p.m. Amsterdam time in the weekend. And please also do support me through the PayPal and the Patreon. That would be much appreciated. And thanks for all the support today. Really appreciate it from you guys. I mean, yeah, it's good. I still need it, but it's okay and it's good. Right. So I really hope you all enjoy your Sunday and it's as beautiful weather as it is over here. And yeah, I'll be back tomorrow with Flat Earth Early Bird number 1608, back on a Monday, so it's going to be 1 p.m. Amsterdam time again. And yeah, until the next video, keep it flat.